Welcome to
House of Whimsical Terror.
I'm Esther.
I'm Mary.
And we're speaking to you from Tucson, Arizona.
And we're telling real stories of the fantastical.
And all of our stories are true or told to us as true.
Occasionally, we alter names to protect privacy.
Places for the same reason.
And today's story is I Can See You.
Yeah. So this story takes us way back in time to a time where there were no cell phones and a time where there were none of those little cameras that you can hide places and spy on people. I mean, maybe the FBI or the CIA had them, or the KGB, as it were, but normal humans did not have those.
No.
That was not a thing until recent human history. So that's going to be important to this story. So we're going back to when I was about 14 or 15 years old, and I got a summer job as a recreation leader at the local elementary school. So I was teaching drama and dance to younger kids. I had a great group of coworkers. I really, really loved them. Super friendly people, super lovely. And, you know, we worked really hard, but we did get a lunch break. And during the lunch break, we would find a corridor in the school, and we'd go there and we'd have lunch together and just visit and you know, talk about the day.
Yeah.
We had this really popular coworker. His name was Elias. He was a really, really hard worker. He was a lot of fun to be around, super reliable, and strangely, he didn't show up on this particular day. And our bosses told us that he had called in that he wasn't feeling well. So we were really surprised when he showed up at lunchtime and joined us. We're like, hey, Elias, you know, where have you been? And he said, you know, I haven't been feeling well, but, you know, I really just felt like I needed to be around people. I really wanted to be around all of you and be around the kids. And so I'm here. I'm going to work the afternoon. I just, you know, it wasn't good for me to be at home. We're like, why? So everyone was asking him, and he's like, no, it's just weird. I don't want to talk about it. So, of course, we kept asking, and he's like, you know, you're going to think I'm strange. And finally, one of the guys convinced him, you know, we're not, you know, we're not going to think you're strange. Just tell us. So he said he had had a really weird weekend. He was riding his bike, and he went to this little, you know, gas station place. I think it was called Quick Mart.
Oh, I remember.
You remember the Quick Mart?
Oh, yeah.
And so he went to the Quick Mart, and he saw the sister of a friend of his that he sort of had a crush on. And he thought, oh, cool. I'm glad I'm here at the same time as her.
Sure.
So he went into the store, and he, you know, was getting soda and something. And I saw her and started chatting her up, and she started talking back with him. And, you know, they were talking separate from her brother. So he was excited about that. And she gave him, he already had the phone number, but she gave him her phone number anyway.
That's the sign.
Like I said, everyone had the same phone number in the household. So he gave her his phone number as well. So he decided he was going to play it cool, and he waited a day, but she called him. And he was really excited. So he picked up the phone, he was talking to her, and he said, then something really disturbing happened. He could suddenly see her. Now, again, he is in his house with his phone that's attached to the wall of his home, and he can't go anywhere except wherever the cord will reach. He can't leave his house with his phone, and she is in her home with her phone in her bedroom with her phone attached to the wall. So there's no way that he could like be anywhere near her. You know, like today, if I wanted to get my cell phone and show up at your house and peek in the window, and I would see you, which would be really weird, and I'd never do that.
And I would be okay with it if it was you.
or
Let's
you
not
would
do
get
that.
me extra help because
I
that would
probably
be
would.
really weird. So anyway, we would not do that. But
No.
it was impossible at that time.
Right.
So suddenly he could see her, and he said, he told her, it felt like it was the right thing to do. He said, I can see you. And then she jumped up and left and he couldn't see her anymore. And then she came back and he could see her again. And she said, where are you? And he goes, I'm at home. I'm on my phone. And she said, well, how can you see me? He said, I don't know. She said, well, I just closed my curtains. He goes, I'm on my phone. I can't see you, but I can see you. And she said, okay, so where am I? What am I doing? He said, you're sitting on a low dresser. There's a mirror behind you, and you have the phone in your left hand, which was all accurate.
No.
And he said, I don't know why I can see you, but I definitely can. And I'm really freaked out right now. And so she got up again and left when he couldn't see her for a minute, but he could still see like the dresser in the mirror. And then she came back and he goes, where'd you go? And she said, I wanted to make sure my door was closed. He goes, again, I am calling you from my house. I'm not calling you from anywhere else. And she said, okay. She said, so tell me what I'm doing now. And she would pull her hair back and put it in a ponytail. He'd tell her, or she'd do something, and he would tell her exactly what she was doing. She said, this is so weird. And he said, yeah, it's really weird. So he talked about it for a long time, like they were told. He was more freaked out than she was. She was kind of like, this is fascinating. He was like, I'm really disturbed by this. So he says, I can see your bedspread. And he said, it's like white with flowers on it. And she said, yes, that's what my bedspread looks like. And he said, wait a minute. Do you have a stuffed animal in your bed? And she said, yes. And he said, where is it? She said, it's my stuffed cat. And it's on the pillows. It's facing me right now. And he said, I know this is really strange, but I think I'm seeing through the eyes of that stuffed animal. So he couldn't figure it out, but he was really, really scared.
I think they should all be scared.
Yeah. Strangely, she wasn't as scared. She was kind of fascinated with the idea that he had. What do you call it?
Remote viewing.
Remote viewing.
Remote viewing.
Yeah.
Usually it's intentional, though. Like, that's kind of creepy.
Oh, yeah. He did not intend to. It really disturbed him. Like, he was just totally freaked out by it.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. No, I'm getting rid of all the stuffed animals in my house. I don't have any stuffed animals in my house. My dog has
Your
stuffed
dog
animals,
has stuffed animals.
but he can have those.
Yeah, he has a little skeleton one that's kind of spooky.
That's kind of creepy. Of course he does. Of course he does.
So we have some interesting news.
Yes, we do.
We are going to start a very special live stream. And it is called the Midnight Circle. And the Midnight Circle, what we'd love to do is have stories from our guests,
our listeners.
And what we'd love for you to do is send us your stories, which we will read on a special day at midnight.
Yeah.
And we're calling it the Midnight Circle.
Yes.
You'll send them to
House of Whimsical Terror at gmail.com.
That's House of Whimsical Terror at gmail.com. Send them there and we'll read as many as we can.
Yes.
At midnight, and it'll be a live stream. You don't have to be there at midnight to hear it. You can hear it anytime after.
Right, we'll record it.
Yeah, but it'll be a live stream.
Yes.
And it'll be our Midnight Circle.
And you'll be part of our Midnight
and
Circle.
us.
That's right.
Yes. Well, until next time.
That's right. See you next time, Esther, and we'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for coming to the house.
Yes.